Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Master of the Universe series. And today I want to give you guys a helping hand because I've seen this question come up quite a few times in the comment section when you guys are trying to create 2-player matches or maybe multiplayer matches and you're getting a parental control issue. Now before we get into the details of that, I want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with all episodes of MOTU. Now, this parental control issue, I don't know why we get it. I don't know why it wasn't taken out after 2K18 and somehow found its way into 2K19. I don't get this with any other game. UFC 3, no problem. Games that are PEGI 16, no problem. But 2K and WWE games, I seem to have this issue each year. I hope it's taken out for 2K20 or at least adjusted to make it more user friendly, because at the moment it's very frustrating and I'm seeing that from my comment section. Now, all I can understand with this error or this parental guidance message, because it's not an error, it's put in there for a reason, is that it doesn't want a guest account to access your custom content. So if you try to play a 2-player match, me and my brother for example, and my brother is a guest and I am signed into my PlayStation account, we won't be able to access any custom content. So no custom attires, custom arenas, anything like that, because the guest account is blocked out of viewing custom attires. Now the way it should work, not just to appease any guidelines that 2K are having to abide by, but also to be friendly towards the user, is that if the primary account holder is signed into the PSN, me, then if a guest account is used, I can approve that user to view custom attires and custom content. That's the way it should work. So any guest account that signs in and is created, I approve it, then they can access custom content. Simple as that, and that works for me, and that also then abides by any guidelines that 2K need to abide by, because yes, they might have to. Now I'm saying again that I don't have this issue with any other games, so I'm not sure why I've got it with this, but if there is a rule and there is something that they have to work towards, then I'm all for it as long as I can approve it. Now at the moment, you can't do that. There's no approval system, there's no bypass, you can't get past it. If you're a guest account, you won't be using any custom content. And it doesn't feel like a patch is going to be fixing this, because 2K have put patches out, no fix. It seems like this is there for a reason, and I'm assuming that what it's doing is it's looking at your date of birth with your PSN account. If it finds that you're over the PEGI 16 age approval, then you're approved and you can go through and use custom content. So the answer to this, it's not great, it's not a great answer, but it is an answer, is that you have to use 2 PlayStation accounts. So you must have a PSN account created. So for example, me and my brother, I will sign in with my standard PSN account. He will sign in with his PSN account, and then we can access created content. Now, to continue that further, if we had a triple threat match, because you know that I like to control all the superstars when creating our matches for match scripting purposes, if we're doing a triple threat match, we've had to create 3 PlayStation accounts. If we want to do a fatal 4-way, I think you know where I'm going, we have to have 4 PlayStation accounts. If we want to do a Royal Rumble, we have to have 30. No, we don't have to have 30. I'm just pulling your leg. But we would have to use multiple controllers to get that match how we wanted. You see what I'm saying? So for those of you asking how you bypass this, the issue is coming when you use a guest account. I think some of you will know this already because it was an issue in the previous game and it's come forward to this game. But to bypass this, you must have PlayStation accounts, because like I said, I think it's looking at your date of birth for approval, then it lets you go through. The better system would be that the primary account holder, it does a check on their date of birth, then they can approve the guest user. That just makes sense, because after all, you're controlling who uses the custom content. And it doesn't really work because, let's be honest, what custom attires, arenas, etc. really needs to be parental controlled for a guest? I'd maybe understand it if the custom content was explicit, but you do have blood already in a WWE game, so that's not parental controlled for you to use that option. So I don't really get what we're achieving by having this in year after year. And my opinion is either it gets taken out, or we get some sort of approval system, or at least explain what it's doing. Because I think many of us are dumbfounded, it's just a frustration. And I've talked about this before in improvement videos. I want these games to be easier to navigate around so I can do things quickly and on the fly. And if I'm going around my mate's house and I just want to play a match and show off some of my custom content, and we're going to do a multiplayer match and they're going to use some creative content too, and then I find out that, oh no, they've all got to have separate PlayStation accounts, and my mate is using Xbox One and he's like, I ain't got a PlayStation account, dude. We're screwed. Absolutely. PlayStation, back in the car, back home, sitting in my room playing on the PlayStation, very depressed. Come on. This needs to change. Needs to be fixed. But like I said, I've seen the issue come up in the comments section. And as I've said, with match scripting, I will do a more detailed video about how we put the matches together, but it's the starting point. We do it 2-player. Now, if you're creating universe mode content as 1 player, so you versus the CPU, this issue is not going to be a problem. But the reason why we have this issue, and if you're playing 2-player, is because we like to get into the down and the dirty of the match scripting. So we want to plan things out. And we can't do that with the CPU because, yes, sometimes the CPU throws up a moment of gold. A 5-star match. Dave Meltzer would be pleased. But other times is botchamania. And that's what we cannot afford with our universe. That's what we pride ourselves on, in trying to get as much detail and as much accuracy as we possibly can to the real thing. So that's why, if you're getting this issue, it's because you're using a guest account, and you can't do that. You're going to have to use another PlayStation account. Then you'll be able to use custom content, then you can do multiplayer, then you can match script. So that is the answer. It's not ideal, it's not the best solution. I believe it should be adjusted. I should be able to approve guest accounts, then we can use customs. I think it should be that way. I think it should be that way for 2K20, and it will be something I'll be putting in my feedback when I submit that to 2K like we get on a yearly basis. So hopefully there will be adjustment to this in the future to make it friendly for us and also allow 2K to sit within the guidelines that they need to achieve for these things to be approved. But like I said, I've seen this come up in the comment section a few times. I know quite a few of you have already countered this and fixed it with the quick fix already. But there are some of you out there that are sitting there thinking, why? Why am I getting this parental control? God damn it! I just want to use customer tires! Ah! That was me last year. But we have to roll with the punch. We always do here, and we find a workaround and we try our best to move forward and always hope for better in the future. Now, if you've got any questions about this issue, you want some more detail on it, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Also, if you've got any other suggestions for MOTU episodes, let me know them as well. If this did help you, this video, make sure you hit that like button. It's always appreciated. And I did see in my previous video that we did indeed smash the 300 like mark on the SNME Inferno Arena, which means I will be working on a brand new SNME Arena for you guys. I'm reading through the comments, so if you've got any suggestions for that, go to that video and leave them in the comments what you'd like to see, what you think would be a good show for SNME, and then I'll go away and get my thinking cap on and come up with something. But for now, if you've got any more ideas on MOTU episodes, let me know. I do already have a few episodes that I want to create, but they are going to take me a little more time because I want to get my detail concise and I want it to be clear for you guys to help you when creating your universe. And some of those ideas are match scripting in detail, like I mentioned already, and also storytelling when talking about rivalries and feuds for your universe. So those are on the cards. I do plan to create them for MOTU, but they do take slightly longer because they need a bit more thought put into them. Whereas today I wanted to help you with a bug fix. It's not really a bug because it's being put in on a yearly basis, but to me it needs to be fixed. So all that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe. Hope this video helped, and this is Delzinski signing out.